Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to make a quick video. I've just been looking at the charts. Yeah, oh yeah, who doesn't love Dr. Stone? Basically, I'm not feeling so good about this. I just if we take a look at the daily charts, we're forming a huge bull flag. We could definitely touch down a bit. I just feel like if this is anything like other cryptos, we're gonna break down sooner than later because Bitcoin is probably gonna do something stupid, which is gonna cause ICP to drop as well. And that stupid thing that I'm thinking about is a head and shoulders. We have the shoulder here. So if we draw this out, we have one shoulder here, we have the head here, and then we have another shoulder here. If we understand this for what it is, a head and shoulders is a reversible pattern, which basically means that if this line holds true, we are probably going to be touching down to about $80,000, like I said in my previous video around December 15th, 16th. So be very cautious. I'm personally, I might honestly, I'm going to be holding myself, but the way that this shoulder is forming shows a lot of bearish potential. At least when it came to this one, there was a couple of upticks. With this one, it was just straight down. Like it was completely denied. It took about, so we can see from January 1st, from 7 a.m. all the way till January 6th at 1 p.m. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 6 days of pumping to 6th at 1 p.m. to what we are now, which is the 9th. That is 3 days of dumping to completely counteract 6 days of pumping, which shows more bearish energy than bullish, which means that this pump, people were in disbelief. And the only time they really started buying was when things started FOMOing out. And that's when most people were herded in. And then we could see that most of those people that bought in here started selling here. So I'm assuming a lot of people sold at losses here, which means that we're still in a disbelief stage, which we were in prior, which is right here in this zone, but we were given a little bit of hope to pull in liquidity, and now we are in even more of a disbelief stage. So if there's going to be a dump, it could happen now. There's a lot more bearish potential. And that just alone, if Bitcoin starts dumping, we're talking about a, let's see if I can draw something out here. We're talking about another 20% dump. I mean, seriously, even if we get something around $70,000, $80,000, yeah, that's about the same exact marker. Take it from this support to resistance, about a 14% dump. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. Bitcoin has done that before. It's not going to surprise me. Head and shoulders have always played out like this. I mean, we can go back in time to where previous head and shoulders were played out. Head. So we have shoulder one right here. Boom. Head, shoulder, extreme dump. And this one was about, if we take it from this part down to here, that was a 36% dump. Of course, because the price was a lot lower back then. And then we stabilized around here from March all the way to July. So that's about 2 months right there. And then we started pumping again. And then we double topped, hit up low down to 16,000. So at this point, we pennant from all-time highs up here. And then we could dump down to see a huge drop, because I know the governments were also starting to say that they wanted to buy Bitcoin for, counter inflation tactics. This could definitely be their buy-in prices, and this is where they can start seizing in a ton of Bitcoin. So even if we dump down to 80,000, maybe expect lower, all the way down to 72,000, just because they start driving that negative bearish sentiment just to buy in further. So we could, like, it could be like a drop, 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 slow, boom, death. And then just instant wake up after like 3 to 4 days, and then slow climb up to the all-time highs, and then break out of it, just like we did from 3K back in COVID times, all the way to 20K, 30K. If we see here, we dropped from 6K to 3K, then we chilled out for a bit, then we hit halving times around here. And then when COVID hit, we went from 10,000 all the way down to 3,800 once again. Man, I wanted to buy here so bad. I just didn't have the money. I was all bought in. And then we pumped all the way up to 10K, chilled here for a bit, broke up to 12K, and then dropped down a bit just to, really seal in the deal. But if we actually look at this closer, this was another Head and Shoulders too. So got a head, shoulder, or we got the head here, shoulder here, another shoulder here, and then we drop down. So this is looking very familiar to what we're seeing today. We're testing around here a bit. So we could actually drop down in about a day, day and a half. And then we saw how much of a percentage drop this was? Literally almost the exact same amount. Maximum from this wick to this wick, about 10%. Very probable. I'm not saying that this is the end all be all, but if you want to like accumulate a little bit more Bob, this could be a good opportunity. I know you're not selling at the top, but this is technically a middle ground or a top in a sense to what could potentially happen. And then we hovered around here for what looked like about a week and then pumped up, slowly started climbing up a bit. And then we pumped even higher, exponentially higher, broke 12K, went all the way up to 40K. So realistically, if you're just holding, be happy. You're going to do just fine. Right now, and then we did the same thing back here. We topped at the highs, Head and Shoulders, reversal, double topped once more. It looked like it was still bullish because we did break a higher high, but higher lows, higher highs. But then we reversed it once again and double top pattern showed. We broke between here since we were hovering around here for a while. Once we broke down, boom. That just confirmed that we were in bearish territory for a while longer. And then we started forming a pennant around these highs, and then we finally broke out. This Head and Shoulders is very much a bearish pattern. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing, lows. We form somewhere around here, hover for a while until like February, March, and then we finally break out around the end of March. And then that's going to be the bull cycle of 2025 in continuation to where we probably hit like 180K. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. 180K around July, June. Actually, if these are extending cycles, July to August. So it should look something like this. We're going to break down here, form around here, slowly making higher highs, maybe like test a little bit below this line to scare people out. And then, we break up maybe like around to the highs. And then, we stabilize a bit and then boom, explosion. So be prepared for that. It's going to be quite a hold. But if you want to accumulate a bit more and you're all in on Bob, this could be a good opportunity to sell. I'm personally thinking about selling at least half my stack. I did buy in at like $1. That was a great time to get in. And this is looking like a confirmed line of support. So do not be surprised if we wick somewhere lower than this, slowly build back up, hover around here, and break up. Just wanted to point this out because I want you guys to be in the know. I know a lot of people don't like to hear bearish sentiment, but this is overall bullish. Cool off periods are necessary, and cool off periods are either created through time, which means we hover around a specific time period for a while, and that confirms, that negates a lot of the bearish price action that can happen. Or we have huge extreme situations where we just dump extremely hard and then we pump extremely hard, just to like get people back into it, people that are FOMOing, and then those that sold on the dump down and the others that were waiting for it to dump down are buying in. Next thing you know, half the liquidity that brought it back up after the dump are new people. And then the old people also are like, man, I missed out. I got to get back in. So they buy in as well. And then you got the people that sold between here and here that are like, oh man, I just made it a little bit. I didn't lose much. So I'm glad I got back in. And next thing you know, a lot more new people are getting back in because, man, Bitcoin just dumped hard, but it also pumped up. And now it's technically up 100% because, you know, it was just at $3,000 the last day. And now it's at 6,000. Now it's at 10,000. It's almost like they forgot what it was at like for the last 2 years. And that's just how human mentality works. They forget about yesterday, they remember today, and they don't think about tomorrow. So this is probably going to be what's going on. Take advantage of these situations. Don't sell your entire stack. Keep a little bit in mind just in case things do switch. But this has been a confirmed bearish reversal pattern in the previous charts. So I would not be surprised if things like this play out. Hope you guys are holding your crypto. Hold on to Bob. We can take a look at the ICP chart just to confirm things. Just see how we're playing out here. Yeah, for ICP, we could see something like this. Let's just assume this is how things are going. And this is the tops. We are currently chilling in the middle. I would not be surprised if ICP hits around $7.5 in a huge wick. It's going to be quick, so make sure you're paying attention. Set some price alerts, and then we stagnate for a little bit and pump back up. This is very possible, but according to this, if things go well, just like how Bob is forming a bullish pennant, we could definitely see something like, so we would take it from the stem to the base. Straighten that out. Let's say we break out from here. ICP could definitely hit around $26, at least from this one chart pattern right here. So be prepared. Things are about to get extra spicy in the bearish and bullish ways. Just don't get weighted out like the rest of the people. We're diamond holders. We're experiencing this, and we know what's going on. Stay safe, my friends, and I hope you guys have a great night. There's a lot of opportunity, a lot of money to be made here. You just got to be safe, play it calm, and keep a cool mind.